So, this week is supposedly Truck Driver Appreciation Week. On this episode of Truckin It, I'll be talking about how truck stops don't appreciate drivers. But, if you want something else to watch, go check out the Stockyard Shutter Therapy episodes of TalkZack. And this is a combined TalkZack and Truckin It episode. Hey y'all, welcome to Truckin It. And, this is going to be a combined episode where Normally, I do a separate TalkZack show on stuff that's outside of the trucking world. But this is Truck Driver Appreciation Week, and anything goes right now. So, I'm going to talk about the ways truck stops don't appreciate drivers. That's coming up. Okay, number 5, dirty restrooms. I've covered this before on some of my previous episodes. But here's an example. The TA at exit 147, also known as Duke's Truck Stop, in Mount Vernon, Texas. Now, there's this meme going around about how truck drivers build immunity through dirty restrooms and through the hot dog stands. One of the best ways for truck drivers to build immunity is to use restrooms that have hand dryers instead of paper towel dispensers. The reason is because these hand dryers are filthy. And I'm not just talking about one specific brand here, even though I do know about that really dirty one invented by some guy out of the UK named James Dyson. You know who he is. But this Dyson Airblade, as they call it, it's all nasty and crusty on the outside. It sort of looks like a urinal. I think there's been a few incidents where guys have actually peed in it. It's just disgusting. And right by it, they say, for environmental consciousness, we actually use hand dryers. And for the cleanliness of the restroom and convenience of our guests, whatever. Hand dryers are the filthiest thing. They're the far filthiest way to dry hands because they spread viruses and bacteria all over the restroom. And they have to be cleaned quite often. But even then, you really can't get it right. It's better to have paper towels, believe it or not. Number 4 actually, I'm counting down, is the food. I continue to not see hot food available during the middle of the night at most truck stop locations because, obviously they have to clean their grills and make sure everything's up to code, etc. I would like to see a limited selection of hot food available to drivers after 9 p.m. That's local time for everywhere in the U.S. And I'm not talking Wendy's. I'm not talking to some of the other fast food places that take 20 minutes to heat something up. I'm talking about just simple stuff that a driver can just grab and go. Such as hot sandwiches, for example, or because, the microwaves in the truck. Let's get on to number 3. The microwave in the truck stop. It never gets cleaned. It's unsanitary. And I don't know how any driver stands to heat their food in it. Now, obviously, I'm personally a fan of the Hot Logic Mini, which is far better for heating food. But, for those of y'all who do use the truck stop microwaves, let me know down below as to why you even bother using them. Because, I mean, they're just gross. Number 2 is the points programs. Now, I know Pilot's been addressing this with their 19 Fuel Network and with their mobile app. But, some of the other chains have not caught up to Pilot's level yet. That is, they're still making their points program only good at 1 or 2 stops. I'm looking at you, TA Ultra One. And the points expire after a certain time, and they can only be used on certain things in the store. Enough's enough. I think that Pilot has the best strategy going forward, especially partnering with these mom and pop chains that are now starting to add their program. And so like the Spaceway, the Mr. Fuel, etc. Recently they added Speedway and certain 7-Eleven locations to their lists. Which I know 7-Eleven's a huge chain, but I'm just saying. And they're starting to add more options for the driver to get points where they fuel. And we need to see the other chains doing that. And the number one way truck stop chains don't appreciate drivers is the service right there at the cash register. 1 cashier for 10 drivers is not enough. Not to mention the fact that most of these truck stops are open to outside customers in addition to the truckers. Because they sell gasoline, they sell snacks, etc. And when you've only got 1 cashier for 10, 15, 20 people, that means that the people who need to get moving are stuck sitting in line. Especially during certain times of the day or night. So there you have it. The 5 ways that truck stop chains don't appreciate drivers. Now, yeah, I know there's the huge truck driver appreciation week going on right now. But needless to say, it's better off that we appreciate the drivers every day and not just during this big week throughout the entire year. I'm Zach Bell. This is Truckin It. And until next time, let's make your best trip your next trip. Bye for now.